Hello Internet, your friendly neighborhood gremlin here, and today we're doing Beacon Pines.
The devil you know. 7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door bust open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant.
They just broke in. I think she was friends with the last Deep Engineering guy.
It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Oh, that seems dangerous. Can she hide under the desk or something? Oh, it's not gonna tell me. Alright then. And that is what change is all about. Okay. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they could clean the place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. There's absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just as sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable. Probably not. So that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. Oh, it's nuncreed. Sorry, he was right behind my mic. Didn't know he was. We all know there's something wrong with this town. It's just easier to look the other way. Truth is... Oh, I see the sign. Maybe? Is that what's happening? I hope so. That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Why do you think... Yes, sir, but I don't understand. Is Solomon the old guy? Valentine with the fertilizer and stuff? Is that what's happening? Feels like that might be what's happening. Sharper, that's his name. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. But if that were true, then why would he change the sign? What does the sign say? Because him and his little friend were acting like it was sneaky. And yet here we are. And it's not. Maybe? I don't know. We should probably just see what it says before we start speculating on the world. Ah, the ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. A weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. Won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. Shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I'll take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine. Wow, I didn't see that coming.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Do you think this potion's gonna work? I don't know. It's a fun animation.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
Oh,
This is a story about change.
so he's managed to perfect whatever it was they were doing. Because he managed to make himself younger and then make himself older again. Because that's what this thing does. Changes your age, I think. Because that's why Eleanor got old. Right? I don't know. What? No! So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Oh, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Valentine Festival. Wonderful. So that's what I want to know about his little friend. I don't remember who it was. Maybe I should go back and look. I can do that later.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Malice. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. No assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus, an adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who's completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting my time, dear. What have you accomplished? First, focus on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy? We can just live forever. But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You're simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll play the part of a leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all this? Don, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Certainly has the dramatics of an actor. Andrew, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait. So this Bill Kerr was Pat C the whole time? Oh, Patsy! Oh, that's so fun! He said Bilker. I don't quite know what Bilker means. It's not a term I've ever heard before, but I'm assuming means con man or something of the nature. And then Patsy, again, is a word I couldn't describe the meaning of it to you, but that one I do know. I'm just terrible. Sorry, I don't need to talk this much about word descriptions. Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Turns out our clipboards and I know each and every person in this town fears most. And I'll make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. Choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends make a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's go to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
The source gets stronger every time you use it, or something. I don't know. I'm not any good at science.
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Here, windows to the soul. There was a malice lurking behind those eyes. Oh, okay, I remember.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes.
In case you forget, this is the timeline in which Rolo is missing, and we just told Rolo's sister, Roxy. And then we came here and stupidly also told Nuncreed what we had done. The last time this one ended, we just got shoved down the phone booth to be taken care of.
Like a trap ready to spring. Luka felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luka to get out of there.
I just want this to be all over. Of course, I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check the treehouse for Rolo.
Luka twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luka? You know, your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. No, do not do that. Do you not see he's evil? I don't know, I didn't trust him to begin with. Anything at all. Okay. I don't know how much we told him. Maybe I should have played back from the source before that one. But here we're gonna run into Solomon and this kid? Who's this kid? Oh, I want to talk to the lady before I go deal with that shit. He looked down and muttered in a gruff voice. Mama always told me my problems would look smaller once I grew up. My problems always seem to grow right along with me. Heavens, I sense big trouble ahead. Alright. To Solomon and whoever the hell this kid is. Was this kid his accomplice earlier? Possibly? These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is a little more than sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? Yeah, so this kid was the other accomplice. I don't know who this kid is, though. I'm listening. You know what the festival sign waiting to unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Huh. I wonder what we're gonna do with that information. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. That's creepy and cult-like. That they just kind of just like low-key say that all the time. Maybe we talk to him on the way in. Oh, let's see if we can do anything with Dad here, but let's see. We can go fishing with Dad for anything. Forget. Alright.
Tied a bent nail onto the line. If all you have is a hammer...
Alright. Piece of paper? It's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Huh, look at those two young fools. Wait, so he knows that Joseph is his, like, uncle? I don't know. How did it end up at the bottom of the pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. What's a new job got to do with him fishing with us? It's complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. Interesting. I'm very confused as to how him as a small child knew that Nuncreed was his uncle, and then is surprised that him and his dad were friends. Seems counterintuitive, but okay. I don't think you forget an uncle, even if he stops showing up when you're little. I mean, unless you were like 2 or 3 or something, but he's talking and walking and fishing, so he's gotta be a little older than that. Okay, I guess we'll just go in the treehouse. Rolo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo! Rolo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luka felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luka found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luka stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luka turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luka found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luka's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luka began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luka's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luka turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." "Does that make sense?" Through his tears, Luka laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luka was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luka sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Who's in there?
Chapter 5. Dangers Big and Small. Luka stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luka froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Rollo! Stop right there, or I'll... I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Oh, he's older. Interesting. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy. Luka, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle? Luka, quit messing around. It's me. If it's really you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop, Luka.
Luka's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into some more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold, and it smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. You mean my hands all big? Look!
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luka.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Are his hands disproportionately large? Because they don't look disproportionately large. I'm sure they're larger than they were when he was a child, but all of him's bigger now, right? Hello, it wasn't just your hands. Apparently we just had to hit the button. My feet too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luka? Why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green bread. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. That makes sense. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome! Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luka, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. You may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger.
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Heck! Hey, fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah, take cover! Did it come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know, this is a recent development. The heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here? That's fair. How did you find us? Our silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. Hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. Which, I mean, we know that. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luka? This is why I need to improve security around here. Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Oh.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try and salvage my hair. Right, because she's got this streak. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Interesting. Okay, just need to play it cool and hope no one notices. I wonder what she used to dye her hair in a chemistry set. Seems like not the place I'd look. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here, let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is gonna take forever to grow out. You were the one who said change is a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
I don't understand why she's wearing a hat, because if she were still wearing a hat, how would her mother know that her hair is white? Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck! He is, him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent radio station. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town, not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what she can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. It seems weird. Why would she care? I don't entirely know what's going on here. Maybe her mother's just too bothered about appearances? I don't know. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But it doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have covered that for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more,
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Night, sweetie. Night, Mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. Sorry you got in trouble. My fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. What happened to the chemistry set in dyeing the hair? Anyway, doesn't matter, I suppose. Great. Can we back to the story now? Next part is the important bit. I kind of have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr? Are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. They're patching him through on walkie-talkies? I don't know. Maybe it's just this sort of radio signal thing I don't understand. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new leader of deep engineering? Ellie Modwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? The work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. When she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her. Long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? Usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. In the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, you can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, you'll either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline. And rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder. right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder?
Luka gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who's the founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Now, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at Perennial Harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy. We have an even topper banana on the field? What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she's gonna come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luka, I think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace. That would make sense. Heck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't you just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were only gonna hold her until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome mat for my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
Oh, he's so cute. I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6.
Okay, seems like an appropriate place to stop. So if you had a good time, you can hit the like button. Or you can leave a comment or your theories down below, because I'd love to hear them. And if you think you want to see some more of this, you can hit the subscribe button. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye!